right, with the key takeaway from the Republican National Convention as a whole event, what you might call a 4-day manstravaganza.
Well, you have a terrible governor here who did a terrible job. I'd like to run against her, actually. She's one of the 20 that I mentioned.
Trump is far from unbeatable. He's actually an extremely flawed candidate. It is more serious than Biden, guys. Yes, Biden is aging. He shuffles when he walks and forgets names and makes gaffes. But he's not incoherent.
She's the one that gave her husband full right, title, and interest to everything, but nobody else could do anything but her husband. Her husband was sailing in the middle of the lake. The beautiful lake. He's out there sailing, and everybody else had to be locked up, right?
My colleagues and I, we all had the speech in front of us last night, okay? And the audience could also see the speech in this big teleprompter. So we were trying to follow along as Trump veered off script and deep into a rambling series of lies that stretched the speech from a time like maybe 25 minutes to more than 90. Journalists in the room reported that as Trump just banged on and on, audience members were checking their phones, stealing glances at the teleprompter, slumping in their chairs, and even falling asleep. Some even left.
Her husband was sailing in the middle of the lake. The beautiful lake. He's out there sailing, and everybody else had to be locked up, right? No, but things like that are mentioned during a campaign, little things like that. No, she's done a terrible job, but I'd be very happy with her. At this very moment, Democrat Party bosses are frantically trying to overthrow the results of their own party's primaries to dump crooked Joe Biden from the ballot. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy. And as you're seeing, the Democrat Party is not the party of democracy. They're really the enemies of democracy. The parties of corrupt insiders like Winkler, special interests, and the failed political class. That's what they are. Under our leadership, the Republican Party is now the party of the people. We're the party of hardworking Americans of every race, religion, color, and creed. We've become a very big party. We've become right, fellas. You know what I'm talking about. I love you guys.
If Joe Biden gave a rambling speech like Trump did last night, it would be the biggest story of the year. There would be almost nothing else on the front pages of every newspaper in this country and little else on cable and broadcast news. There has been a lot of ink spilled on Biden for doing far, far less. So why are we not talking about Trump? The same way we